Hey, what's up? I'm here bringing you the first of the weekly longer solo DoubleJump LPs. Tooch, and I'm back playing Dragon Warrior. I figured making it to a whole new planet was a big enough milestone, or at least a moon, was a big enough milestone in Starbound to give that a bit of a rest, you know, for right now. So let's go back to this old classic. I'm just gonna heal Mabe. I don't know, I forget what Firebane does, it's been so long. I don't know, Hellcrab 2. And, I probably should be in bed right now. I should not be playing video games all night. I had a long-ass day at work. I work at a country club. And pretty much, what we do is... we do pretty much all the regular job that just regular waiters at restaurants and stuff do, but without taking orders. And because we don't take orders... well, the reason we don't take orders is because they're events, like weddings, or, actually my first event was a funeral, or funeral party, so that was awkward. Not really, dude, events are events, honestly. They come into the big room, the big fancy room with all the fancy things, we give them food, like, they pre-select, the people who plan the event pre-select what to give everybody, so it's like, you know, sometimes there's no tables, sometimes just like a little mixer with a small party, that's always nice, but, well, there are tables, but it's like, we gotta clear them, and it's like, for weddings, it's like, they pre-pick what they want, but they don't remember what they picked, and like, we always put a little indicator on the name tag, but it's always a discrete indicator, so people don't realize we need their freaking table name table things to know what the hell they're eating, but they're like, oh, this is cute, I'll take it, or so they just, like, put their napkin over, or they lose it, and I'm like, well, I need to know what food to give you. Where was I even going with that? Oh yeah, my hellish day at work. Well, not hellish, honestly, it's just... well, actually, no, you know what? No, fuck it, this one was bad, this one was worse than most. Like, because it was honestly a moderate-sized wedding. It was actually our first, well, actually, apparently a year ago we had a same-sex reception. The ceremony wasn't here, but this time was the first same-sex wedding at this place. And I mean, whatever. It was a wedding. It was fine. They actually did a weird thing. They wanted a lot of the indoor furniture outside on the patio. Are these crabs not dead yet? Oh my god. They wanted, like, indoor furniture outside on the patio and stuff, and that's stupid. It looked neat, but, like, why? Who would have even thought of that to do that thing? So, the minute these people show up, you know, we're passing hors d'oeuvres, we're not passing hors d'oeuvres yet, we're passing beverages first, because, you know, the bar's not open, but it's like we've got those servers around passing glasses of champagne or lemonade or iced tea or something, and literally this entire wedding only wanted champagne. That's all I wanted. And then they kept hollering for more. Oh my god, they were so thirsty for this frickin' champagne. You'd think they'd never eat or drank anything before in their lives. One person would go out there with one tray, specifically delivering the tray to a table, because I guess they must have just assumed that we were waiters. People do that sometimes. They think we're waiters. They're like, oh, could you bring me this? It's like, no. There's usually a buffet, or we'll bring you stuff when it's time to eat, and what you have is what you get. We can't special order. We have a specific we have to order specific amounts of food for specific menus and stuff. We're not loosey-goosey back there, you know? And so, like, they would try to make it to a specific group of people with the champagne, but by the time they got there, like, half their champagne was gone. And this entire party of, I think only about, like 140 people, maybe? I don't know. Where is this town? There's a town in the middle of the desert that I gotta find. That's why I'm wandering around aimlessly in the desert, first of all. But, back to what you really came here for, to hear me complain about work. I'm just gonna cast Infernos on this fucker. Firebane, sure, why not? I'm feeling frisky. So this party of like 140 people in a matter of like a half hour, if that long, went through 15 bottles, whole bottles of champagne. They're not like little mini bottles. I'm talking. You gotta open it up, reel it back, pop the cork, bottles of champagne. These motherfuckers. And that was just like the warning signs. That was the writing on the wall. Because then when we get to hors d'oeuvres, you couldn't keep, because like, what's usually protocol, and this is probably a lot of places, so don't get skeeved out, like, oh my god, what a reprehensible freaking place of business. Okay, so like, we're passing hors d'oeuvres, and we have the hors d'oeuvres on a tray. And we only do this with hors d'oeuvres. We only do this with food that no one's touched, food that isn't specifically for specific people. Like we have the food on the tray. It's fine food, it's fresh, it's not been touched by anybody. If there's any left over when we're passing around, because, you know, like, no one wants to stand there for like 10 minutes with like one hors d'oeuvre on a tray when no one's taking it, you take it back and you either eat it yourself or you're like, hey, who wants something? Because, you know, this is good food, you know, just gonna throw it away. Now, obviously, if we like, and this has happened and we hate doing it, we're obviously not gonna, oh hey, I think I found it, or at least a pyramid. Like, obviously we're not tempted, but it's just a damn shame that, like, and it's mostly with dessert. Sometimes we'll have dessert tables where they can just like take whatever they want, but other times for specific sit-down events where everybody, you know, is sitting at a table and we have to bring them their food, we bring them like one wedge of cake for like dessert. Like, here's your dessert. And sometimes they just don't eat it. They won't even say like, oh, none for me, thank you. Because if they said none for me, thank you, that means we didn't give it to them. That means somebody back there can get a cake at the end of the day. See, that's fine and dandy. But once we set that shit on the table, it's theirs. And if they don't want it, we have to throw it away. And it kills me. Again, no one's gonna eat it. Is this the place? This is not the place. This looks like a dungeon. But I think I'm getting warmer. No desert pun intended. You know what? Fuck it. Pun intended. I'm gonna retcon that and make it an intentional pun. Oh god, so many crabs. So we couldn't keep these hors d'oeuvres on the tray. There was no. I had to stop people going out with full trays. Be like, hey, can I grab one of them? Because it was these really nice, like, spinach cheese puffs. They were really good. I only had one. I had like one. You nibble, you know. You don't get too snacky. Oh shit! I gotta fight these guys. Man, I'm gonna run out of magic before I find this town. But so they were just ravenously attacking people with hors d'oeuvre trays, and we went through like every time I saw someone go out with a full tray of hors d'oeuvres, you know, like 2 minutes tops, they were walking back empty-handed, just a tray of nothing. Oh my god. And then we did that for like a half hour or like 15 minutes. I don't know. I'm bad at keeping track of time when I'm just out there doing my own thing, you know, because I was clearing. Like I had an empty tray and I would go around looking for empty glasses or plates or napkins and taking them. So that's what I was doing all night. I didn't even have a station. I was just quote unquote bussing, which means that you gotta just take anything you see. Like we have stationed trays. Stationed trays that are out there in the open. It's kind of weird. I guess it also, like, sometimes people get the gist of it and that they will make the effort themselves to get off their fat ass and put a dish on a tray, which is nice of them. They don't need to do that. But so, like, and I don't do this because I am not confident in myself enough, because they're large trays. They're like, I want to say, I have a tape measure with me. Somewhere, I had a tape measure with me. Fucking... Oh, here it is. I'm just gonna... While this... Get the hell out of here, Catfly. I want to say it's like... Oh, jeez, is it that big? No, it can't be. Like, maybe 4 feet long? It's an oval. 3.5, 4? I don't know. It's like an oval tray, and we just dump shit on there when the flow of dirty dishes is too great to just bring trays all the way, tiny trays all the way back to the kitchen one at a time. We can't always do that. So we get motherfuckers who know what they're doing to like kneel down like Atlas and just take the big ass tray on their shoulder full, packed with stuff. Sometimes just all glasses that are jingling around. Oh my god, I can't do... I was about to say you couldn't pay me to do that. They kind of literally pay me to do that, but I digress. I am not yet at a skill level where I'm confident attempting that, so I was taking stuff off of that big tray and running it all the way back to the kitchen back and forth like all fucking day. And then we put the... And then we think, like, one new kid was like, oh, well, you know, they filled up on hors d'oeuvres, so, like, maybe they won't be that hungry for dinner, like, 1 plate each, tops. And I'm like, you're an optimist. I like that. I am not. Because if you've got a party like that, they're not just gonna stop. And they did not. The line for... Because it was a buffet. This wasn't a sit-down thing where we bring them food. It has its advantage. Each method of serving people has its advantages and disadvantages. With the buffet, it's just constantly keeping food on there. Because the line was all the way back to, like, the entrance to the kitchen. Like, we would come out and be like, oh, shit, people. And we just kept needing more shit. And then the dessert, they just got rid of the dessert. And then the kicker. Like, I don't know, maybe I shouldn't talk about this because it might give away the way. I don't know who's watching. Oh, fucking... Yeah, who cares? At 10 at night. Oh yeah, by the way, this thing... So, they wanted us in at 2. We come in at 2. And this was me trying to get up for 2, to get there by 2. After hanging out with my bros for, like, probably, like, the last time ever, because, like, they're all moving out of their, like, they're all moving off campus because we all graduated, so this is, like, their last week there, and my buddy, and one of my friends, Zach, is moving with his family all the way out to North Carolina, so we got turned last night. We literally, from, like, probably, like, 2 a.m. to, like, 4:30 in the goddamn morning, freestyling, just rap battling all night. I was awful. I didn't even do it that much, but I got up there and spit, and it was quite frankly pathetic, but everybody else was pretty on point, except Trahan. Trahan's never on point. He's a shit. I literally could only rhyme. I felt bad. Like, that's kind of why I didn't do it, because for some fucking reason, the only way the flow was coming to me was when I was shitting on Trahan. I'd be like... I don't even want to do... Oh my god, I was about to do it. I am not freestyling live on DoubleJump. That's not happening. Not right now. Not at 1:45 in the morning after a fucking day at work. So, we get there at 2. No one shows up until 5:30. And then... And the ceremony wasn't until, like, 6:30. Then no one ate, not counting hors d'oeuvres, no one ate until 7. And then they got an ice cream truck, Mr. Softy, soft serve ice cream truck, to come in at 10. And apparently that motherfucker drove all the way down here from Rehoboth. That's a long ways away. That's like an hour, pending traffic, hour's drive, to give these drunk motherfuckers ice cream. And we didn't even get any. We were wrapping it up. We were like, okay, let's just, everybody's leaving, let's just get all this shit off the table, it's clear, let's wrap up the freaking buffet skirts around the tables, whatever, and get all the outside cushions, and let's get some ice cream. We're in the middle of doing that. The motherfucker pulls out. Ugh, crushed. Oh, but our boss got some. Is this the place? This looks like a shrine. Can you heal me, at least? Yes. The pyramid in the north end of the desert, but before you go visit Isis. It's near the oasis. Oh, hey! Thanks for the directions. It's near that thing I don't know where it is. Oh, boy. I'm gonna rob you. I mean, I was going to anyway, but oh, a token. Ooh, I'm a fiend. Go back to the place. So yeah, it was supposed to end at 11. It never. I don't care if it's a funeral. I don't care if it's a wedding. I don't care if it's just some fucking business meeting that like a dozen people are at. It never gets out when it's scheduled to get out. It's just not happening. Who's poisoned? Who needs magical healing? Use. Wait, did that use it? I don't feel like checking who's poisoned. I'm just gonna... I already got him. But anyway, this thing got out probably like 11:45. People were still leaving, but I was like, no, I'm clocking out. Like, everybody's done, I'm clocking out. And I got the hell out of there with like 2 or 3 people still bebopping around, making slowly meandering their way towards the... Man, no one's poisoned. What the fuck's doing that? And yeah, it was a pretty rough day. And like the couple was old too. I guess they were waiting a while. I guess they were waiting a while for marriage to be legalized. Although in Delaware, I think it's been legal for a little while. I don't know. I guess it does take a while to plan a wedding. I guess they look like they planned it out pretty well. Honestly, it was a nice setup, nicer than some. Like I noticed, I was like, okay, this setup actually looks really nice. They had like lanterns on the tables and centerpieces, and like some of the flowers were potted, but others were like potted, like but in tiny pots. And they were obscured by just moss sitting around. And I thought that looked nice. Where is this damn town in this damn desert? Oh my god. Oh my Jesus. Well, now I'm glad I decided to extend the solo episodes. Nothing's fucking happened in 18 minutes. Holy shit. These guys are so ridiculous. Like, what's even with their huge... Are those supposed to be lips? Do they have huge, giant lips? That's kind of a... I mean, they're butterflies, so that's not... whatever, but... I don't know, huge lips on faces in Japanese things always make me uneasy, because it's like, they're a different culture, and they don't really, you know, racist stuff the same way we do. But yeah, I'm beat. But I'm gonna plow through this. I'm gonna soldier on. I'm gonna find this stupid town in this stupid oasis. After I heal. Nope, that's not the heal button. Should use an item or cast a spell? I'm just gonna use Mabe to heal. Yeah. Since I don't use any of his shit. I probably should. I don't care. What are we even doing? Apparently we're finding a magic key? I don't know. We gotta search for the oasis. I literally trudged through this desert all night in-game. Oh! Mummies! Mummy Man! Mummy Mon! Aw, dude, do you guys remember the second series of Digimon? In the later half of it? Oh, dude, that was a cool animation. They freaking spun around. Ah. See, that's nice. They need to put more monsters in this games and less That's so cool! I forgot how cool the animation was, because I got used to all the stock monsters and their recolors as having the same animation. But do you remember Mummymon and Arukenimon? Like the two henchmen of the big bad of that series that drove around and just drove around in a Jeep, just messing up everything. They're pretty much the Team Rocket of that show, and they are my favorite. Oh, man. Dude, people jank on the if that's a verb to jank on the second series of Digimon, the dub of the first 2 series of Digimon. They didn't take it seriously, but dude, the jokes that the dub team added to that anime, they're so good because they're so bad, but you gotta love them. Anyway, tell you what, next time on DoubleJump, we're gonna be at Isis. You don't need to see me find it. It's in this desert some fucking where. Crabs. Green oozing crabs. Guess you get some shampoo for that. Make them get a fine comb and just go to town on your balls.